When someone says K drama, what do you picture? Probably slow motion hugs in the rain, rich CEOs falling in love, and cheesy pop music. If that is why you have been avoiding Korean television, you are missing out on some of the most violent, intense, and mind bending thrillers ever made. South Korea isn't just making romances, they are making absolute cinematic masterpieces that put modern Western thrillers to shame. They push the boundaries that American TV is often too scared to even touch. Today, we are looking at five insanely good, non typical K dramas you absolutely need to watch if you're a fan of gritty, dark television. No cheesy romances, just pure, unadulterated tension. Let's get into it. We are starting off strong with the Death's Game. The premise is brilliant. A guy hits absolute rock bottom, loses all his money, and decides to take his own life. But the literal entity of death takes this as a personal insult. Death is furious that he thought he could control his own exit. As punishment, Death forces him into a sick, twisted game. He is reincarnated into the bodies of 12 different people who are all exactly minutes or sometimes seconds away from dying in horrific ways. If he can figure out how to survive the imminent death of that specific person, he gets to live out the rest of their wealthy or successful life. If he fails, he feels the agonizing pain of their death and immediately wakes up in the next body. If he fails all 12, he goes to hell. What follows is basically 12 mini movies packed into one show. It is like playing a rogue-like video game but with a human soul. In one life, he is a ruthless cartel hitman. The next, he is an extreme sports athlete jumping out of a plane without a parachute. And the next, he is a bullied high schooler. The pacing is incredibly relentless, the action is top tier, and the way all 12 of those seemingly random lives actually connect to each other by the end is pure genius writing. You will binge all episodes in one weekend. Period. Next up, if you love shows like The Sopranos, Narcos, or movies like The Departed, you need to watch The Worst of Evil. Set in the neon soaked 1990s, this follows a rural low ranking police officer who goes deep undercover to infiltrate a massive vicious drug cartel operating out of Gangnam. This show does not hold back. It is gritty, it is sweaty, and the hallway fight scenes are incredible. But the real draw is the psychological warfare. The cartel boss isn't just a mindless thug, he's sharp, charismatic, and deeply paranoid. To gain his trust, our undercover cop has to do unspeakable things. You literally watch this fundamentally good man slowly lose his mind and his morals, as the line between cop and gangster completely blurs. To make it worse, the cartel boss actually has a romantic history with the cop's wife, who's also a detective, and she gets pulled into the undercover operation too. The anxiety of watching them try to maintain their cover while sitting in a room full of murderers is suffocating. It is stressful television at its absolute finest. Number 3 is Moving. This was the most expensive Korean drama ever made at the time, and every single penny is on the screen. Think of this as the X-Men or the Boys, but grounded in a hyper-realistic, gritty setting. The story focuses on a group of superpowered individuals hiding in modern-day society. They are trying to protect their superpowered teenage kids from a relentless, terrifying American assassin who's hunting them down one by one. Don't let the superhero tag fool you. This show is a bloodbath. But what makes it a masterpiece is its structure. The show brilliantly flips between two timelines. You see the kids trying to survive high school while hiding their powers. And then it flashes back to the 1990s to show their parents, who used to be Black Ops government assassins. It goes from a sweet coming of age story to a Quentin Tarantino style massacre in the blink of an eye. The lengths these parents will go to protect their kids will actually break your heart. Coming in at number 4, it's Flower of Evil. Imagine you're a highly successful homicide detective. You have a beautiful daughter and a perfect, loving, stay at home husband who cooks for you and supports your career. But then you catch a brutal new serial killer case, and slowly, terrifyingly, all the evidence starts pointing towards the man you share a bed with. The show is the ultimate game of cat and mouse, happening entirely inside a marriage. The husband is hiding a massive dark past. He literally stands in the mirror practicing how to smile and show empathy, so he looks like a normal dad. You spend the entire show trying to figure out if he's actually a cold blooded psychopath manipulating his family, or if something much more tragic and complicated is going on. Tension in the scenes where they're just eating breakfast together, but she is secretly investigating him, and he knows she knows something, will have you sweating. It is a masterclass in psychological suspense. Finally, we have happiness. And do not let the title fool you, because this show is a claustrophobic nightmare. Set in the near future, a new infectious disease breaks out that turns people into bloodthirsty, rage infected monsters. To contain the virus, the military locks down a newly built high rise apartment building, trapping the uninfected residents inside with the infected. Here is the brilliant twist on the zombie genre. The infected don't stay monsters 24/7. They actually revert back to their normal human forms for hours at a time. They will cry, beg for forgiveness, and act completely normal, only to violently snap and try eat you a few hours later. Never know who is hiding a bite. Furthermore, the show focuses heavily on the class divide. You have the rich penthouse owners and the low income renters suddenly forced to survive together as food runs out and panic sets in. The zombies aren't the scariest part. The scariest part is watching how quickly civilized neighbors turn into absolute savages when the world ends. Korean television is so much more than what the internet stereotypes tell you. If you want action, horror, and writing that actually respects your intelligence, start with these five. Which one are you adding to your watch list first? Let me know down in the comments. And if you want recommendations that don't waste your time, hit that like button and subscribe to stay in the pop room. I'll see you in the next one.